I think we should turn that fan off.
Well, that's actually the person that's here.
The one person that's here. What's up, everybody? Yay. I see it on our TV now, too. Welcome to our new time, which is later in the evening, but it works better for us because Donald is only off on Fridays and Saturdays, and he works evenings. So this was the only evening hour that we have where we can do it together. And daytime, people are working, especially in the homestead. Going Green Mom says, hi, Donald. And then I wasn't doing the Thursdays anymore. The first week I took a break last week. Then this week, was it Tuesday? It was sometime this week. There was a sexual assault behind my building at work. And I leave, and it happened like 30 minutes after I leave normally. So we decided that he was going to take me to work for a while. So he drops me off and then he picks me up, which means I don't have a way to get home unless I'm Ubering, I guess. And there's not a lot of Ubers in Gettysburg. So I didn't really want to do this at the office. So I'm not available on Thursday nights for a little while until we feel safe for me to be at the office in the parking lot alone. I see you staring at me. It's weird when you stare at me.
I'm watching you. I'm encapsulated.
This is what you guys missed out on with Donald not being on the lives for a couple months. So you're welcome for that. I see Broussard's are in here. Hey, I'm sorry I missed you guys live on Thursday. I was at the office, but I will. I still have you guys on my schedule. So I see Patty from Tinker's Wife is here. Simply Southern Roots. Going Green Mom. Naturally NC. You're so weird. So this is our new live time for now. It was really, there's not a lot of times that are available. We're always going to overlap with someone, but I think this specific time, I need to stop shaking the table, is available, right?
I don't know. You know more about this than I do.
Yeah, well, whatever. Zen Incense Shop is here. Yeah, I don't expect we're going to get a whole lot of traffic this late at night. It is a Saturday, so I assume people stay up a little later. I don't know. His Way Homestead is here, otherwise known as Commander Bacon. But we'll try it out. If we need to move it around, we will. But for now, this is what works best for us. We're done all our chores for the most part. Although we're thinking about going out and watering the potatoes later tonight. We've been doing a lot of stuff.
By we, she means she.
No, you're gonna help.
Well, I mean that. What I mean is that she's thinking about me doing it.
Yes, because it needs to get done. We're actually in the worst drought. They said it's the worst drought since 1999 here.
Really?
Yeah. They were talking about it on the news the other day. So our garden is not doing well. That's one of the reasons it's not doing well. The other reason is it's
the main reason.
It's overtaken by weeds.
It's the main reason.
It's overtaken by weeds.
Because there's no rain. Because nothing's growing, so nature has to put the weeds there to cover the ground.
Or it's that we've been lazy and haven't weeded as much as we should. Is what I'm thinking. Britton Farm Homestead, hello. Oh, Donald's in here. Ugh. Dee says hers is struggling too, if it makes her feel better. I mean, ours isn't horrible. I thought when we first started, I would say the beginning of June, I thought we were going to do great. We had everything looked good and planted. We had a good variety of things. And then, like, I planted like 6 black crim tomatoes, and I think 2 have survived. My Romas have survived, but they're short. The black cherries look dry. We should probably water the tomatoes tonight, too. Zucchinis are doing decent. Some of them are starting to look a little off, again, because of lack of rain. Beans we've collected some beans and peas. We were actually snacking on peas at one night while we were watering. And then the potatoes, I'll tell you what, guys, I don't know if you guys saw our video on the potato towers that we built. We're not going to do those again. We do not like them. If you're in a small space, I can see them being a good idea.
I can see one being a good idea.
Yeah. But having 5, and then we're having issues with water penetrating.
What's that? But it's also looking at it more. It makes more sense now. I don't want to think about it earlier. There's more ways for water to evaporate and not hold in.
Yeah.
Being a vertical open on the sides. So it's not water efficient at all.
Brett from 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎 says Dump Smooth is a poop emoji because your avatar. I think you did that for Stacy over at Yellow Rose Homestead, right?
Yes, I did.
His way Homestead says hello. Brett says that today they were super busy. They processed pork, canned okra, dehydrated celery, just to name a few things. I saw your post on Facebook about the pickled okra or whatever. We're growing okra, but it's way shorter than I thought it would be by now. Like, I thought it would be way taller. I don't remember the timeline last year, but it's there.
It was 8 feet tall last year.
Our melons are doing okay. Everything's just slow. And I don't know whether it's going to survive. It's such a bad year. We have a lot planted. Whether or not it's going to do anything, I don't know. We'll see. Congrats on 200 subs for Britain Farm. Congratulations. His way Homestead's only 2,100 hours away from being monetized. Yeah, we kind of took a break from channel stuff. I have not done any filming. I might have a little clips here and there, but and then we didn't do the live last week, and then we moved the live this week to today. So it's a disappointing year for everybody. So I just haven't had the motivation to do much. Tinker's wife says hers is shorter too, not even knee high. Yeah, I think that's about what ours is, not even knee high. It's weird. This year is weird. We did good with the okra last year. I think we had okra that was like 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
Or something. And we saved the seeds and replanted it this year. I don't think we actually ate any last year. I think we gave a lot of it away. But this year, I was like, all right, I'm going to fry some okra because he's from Texas and he likes fried okra. And I don't ever eat it, so I wanted to try it. But
fried okra is amazing.
I think I did try it once at a restaurant in Texas. It was like Golden Corral. So whether or not that's a good judge of fried okra, I don't know. Yeah, when Ridge Life did his live, and I was already overlapping with Garden for Cheap and Broussard's, that kind of killed it for me anyway. So I'm like, I can't compete with any of those channels at all. So that was another bummer for me. But, I just picked another time. I mean, what else am I going to do? Amy says we have 15 pints of canned pork, 8 pounds of breakfast sausage, 4 pounds Italian, and 7 pounds of stew meat. That's awesome. We have not canned anything yet because we really haven't had anything to can. Can't really can zucchini that I know of. Potato, we don't have anything that's grown of ours that we can can. I could probably start seeing what's on sale and canning that. But we've been focusing a lot of our extra money on buying prepping stuff, I guess. Like shelf stable stuff. Like we've got a good supply right now of like just typical canned goods. We've probably got enough toilet paper to last us the rest of the year. Flour, sugar. We've been putting our extra money towards that just for this year because of everything going on. But if I can find some vegetables that I can start canning, and soups, I want to really do soups. But I haven't paid attention to that food yet because it's easier right now and it's more cost effective for me to just buy a bunch of ingredients and canned goods while we're dealing with the pandemic. but I will buy some frozen vegetables or fresh vegetables at the farmer's market or something and start canning that stuff. I'm glad you're here too, Brett, because I always felt bad overlapping with yours, but I'm gonna miss the Copper Kettle raids, so I'm gonna have to like just be a one-man Copper Kettle raid. I think is what's gonna have to happen. The Overworked Gardener, hello. Broussard said they found picnic roast for 59 cents a pound. That's awesome. Yeah, we need to start just checking out meat sales, I think. And then we've been meal planning. Like, we're trying to get into a paleo-ish diet again, which we didn't do today because we had pizza because it's game night. Like, we always play games like Cards with Dad tonight. 𝙎𝙬𝙀𝙈, yeah, the 𝙎𝙬𝙀𝙈 raids. But yeah, I think there's a couple more things I want to stock up on, like cleaning supplies yet. Soap, detergent, and dishwashing liquid. And then I think we'll start spending our extra money on finding beef and stuff that's on sale and canning it. Yeah, we did like an Aldi's pizza. It's like a $6 pizza, but it's actually really good. So we changed days. Yes, we changed days for a couple different reasons. I was telling people earlier, since Donald works nights, Sunday through Thursday, he hasn't been able to be at any of the lives. And then there was a sexual assault behind my building this week, right? I think it was this week. And it was around the same time I leave every day. So because I walk out back in the building to get to my truck, we decided he was going to drop me off at work and pick me up for a while. And because of that, I was going to be at the office during the lives, and I didn't really want to do them there. I wasn't really, I don't know, I just didn't want to do them at my office. So I didn't have a way to get home unless I did an Audi, or not an Audi, an Uber. I was sitting here looking at you doing the Audi pizza. So we decided to switch it so Donald could be a part of it. And this was a good time for us. We're usually up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning anyway, because he doesn't get home until like 11 at night. So,
yeah, 11, 11:30.
Yeah. I see Matt's on from the Kindred. Hi, Matt.
That's what NTC stands for. Okay.
What is NTC?
National Training Center.
Oh, right.
Fort Irwin, California.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were in California for now.
I'm over here going, hi from NTC. What is NTC?
Yeah, I forgot. Matt or Katie MT is a real life friend of ours here around the area that they just had a new baby, and they're just really good friends of ours. So Going Green says they've gotten their gluten-free pizza from Audi, and it's really good. What else has been going on? So the garden is crap. We still have stuff growing, but it's crap. We lost our oldest chicken today, probably from old age. She was like 7 or 8 years old, but it was Donald's very first chicken. When he first moved up here in 2012, that May after that, we got him, was it 5 Americanas? 5 Americanas, and this was the last one, and she finally died today. So, but I mean, she lived a good life. You know, we kept her around. We weren't going to eat her or anything. So, but it's so kind of sad. Yeah, I've been working my butt off at work. Donald's been working his butt off because people are quitting. He's probably going to have a lot of overtime here soon. So, you know, there may be times where he's not able to be at these lives because they've called him in. I don't know. And it's going to suck if they make him stay late while I'm stuck at the office, because then I'm going to have to figure out how to get home. So.
Yeah, we're down to 7 operators out of 10.
Yeah.
So 7 operators doing 8-hour shifts, 24/7.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to be doing a lot of 12s.
And Donald's been there for 5 years. Tell them how many operators because this is how bad the management is where he works. How many operators?
5.5 years with a total of 10 spots. We've lost 21 people.
in 5 years
In 5
because the
years.
management is so bad there. D asks, since HOA isn't happening, how do you feel about some North Carolina visitors asking for a friend? We would love it. I'm trying to think if there's a way we can get you guys to stay here and save you money, or if you wanted your privacy. Yeah, we would love some visitors. We haven't had people over since January, and it might have not even been January, it might have been since December. We usually have people over once a month for like a thing out back, but ever since I think January is when I was sick with that cough. Dee probably remembers, where I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks? Because every time I lay down, I was coughing. Might have been the thing. We don't know.
Voldemort. That which shall not be named.
Yeah, that thing. February, I forget what happened. February was the fire. We were supposed to schedule the night of the fire the next day to have people over. And then we had the fire, and we're like, well, maybe it's a good idea not to come over. And then March was when everything went to crap. So, yeah, you guys are welcome to tent out back too. It's really nice out back. Papa Z's here. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, Brett says he's working more too. Now, Brett, a quick question. I know you work at the firehouse. Is that your full time, or do you do something else too? I don't know if you were like a volunteer or how that worked. Because we had a guy, Chuck, who was a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
He's not anymore. He's having severe PTSD right now. I think a friend of his died in a fire or something at work, and it's been really traumatic for him. So, what else we got? That's about it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We like the thumbs ups. Brett is a career firefighter. Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for stopping by, Britton Farm. We really appreciate it. We still have stuff we got to do today, too. I got dishes to finish up. I've got clothes to hang up outside. I think I've done like 5 loads of laundry today or something. And probably 4 loads of dishes. What is this thing? Able to make that happen. HOA crew put too much time and money for it to happen.
Come on, HOA being online.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have to call the hotel and cancel our reservations. We got a one of those reservations where you don't have to put money down, but I got to call them and cancel, and then I have to decide what to do with our tickets. I think there was 3 things. You could get a refund, you could save the tickets for next year, or you could do the online conference. So, and it was technically going to be our wedding anniversary trip too. And we were going to marry Yellow Rose Homestead. I got to figure out, I'm going to ask them. I think I did ask her. She hasn't decided yet whether they were going to try to do it next year for the wedding. But
It was Daisy.
Yeah. And then we'll have to figure out something else to do for our anniversary, I guess. If anything.
I can come up with some stuff.
What?
No faith. No faith.
Robert Gardner says, I'm glad your tooth isn't killing you anymore. I know that. Yeah, that was my entire March, April, and May. Like, it started mid-March. It was the entire month of April, and I got it pulled in May. So that was 2 months of, like, I would wake him up bawling because it was so painful. So I don't want to do that again.
More than 2 months, because like March was like 900 days.
Yeah, March was like 900 days. Maniac Grammy's Home said, hello, hello. Yeah, I really wanted to see Eustace too. I was excited about that, and I'll tell you who else I was excited about. Is it Sue? The one that wrote Nourishing Traditions, or the one that does the stuff for the Weston Price Association. I want to talk to her. I'm huge into that style of nutrition, even though we don't follow it strictly right now. It's something I want to. But the Weston Price stuff, I was so excited to meet her. I'm kind of disappointed now. And then, of course, Joel Salatin. We're huge fans. I got to talk to him a little bit last year. You might be having company from out of town, so there goes your anniversary plans. Right? It'll be a nice time to camp, too, because it's pretty nice here in October. That was when we had our wedding. And well, technically we had it like West Virginia, Virginia border. But it was really nice weather. And it'd be pretty. Hey, Mama Z. Don't worry about it. I mean, this is a new time. We're just kind of experimenting with it. So, what else we got going on?
What else we got? We got roosters coming in.
Yes, Donald ordered some new roosters. I didn't even know about it until after he did it. Like, I'm not gonna say no, but what'd you get?
Specific roosters. So I got a blue-black Americana rooster, which was the expensive one. A black Australorp, and a Welsum.
And why did you get those specific roosters?
Because we're going to breed those specific breeds.
Yeah.
To sell.
Yeah.
Because I have all of the hens for them. I just don't have the roosters, which is weird. That 20 new chickens this year, no roosters.
Which is weird because we always get too many roosters.
And I never get pullet only. It's always a straight.
Yeah.
So should be random. But.
Can you guys hear us okay? We had the fan going, so I wasn't sure. Are you all breeding for egg color or for breed type?
Both.
Both.
I'm breeding the Americanas for egg color. Yeah. But I'm getting into it to where supposedly, which I haven't confirmed this, I'm pretty certain it's true because I've done some research and there's a farm down the street, town over, that does blue and black Americana. And if you get a blue Americana and a black Americana and breed them together, they will still get a blue or a black purebred Americana. It's weird on the way the genes work.
CZN Incense Shop, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we decided we want to start breeding because right now I think is if any of you are interested in breeding, I think now is a good time to try it because of the shortage on so many homesteading supplies. There's a shortage on lumber. I think I remember Brett talking about that. Somebody was talking about it. It was either Brett or Jason. They've experienced a shortage on lumber. We've experienced it. Hardware cloth. Peeps sold out quick this year. I think it's going to be a good niche. Not only that, we got the idea. Zen asked, I left a question on your Etsy about one of the stone painting you're selling. Oh, absolutely. Will do. I haven't logged into Etsy in forever. I sometimes forget I have jewelry for sale there. And I actually might list some more, just some of my old jewelry until I can start making my own, but I'll check it out. Nacha NC says, I wanted to breed my black copper Marans, but I'm down to one hen and one rooster thanks to my jerk Easter eggers. Oh, are they like killing them? That sucks.
Probably. I know I went for the black Australorps to breed them because they're like the number one best dual purpose chicken right now, and one of the most popular, thanks to Justin Rhodes.
Yeah. When we were butchering their chickens in June, we kind of I still plan to get the Red Ranger, Freedom Ranger type birds, but it's not sustainable. You can't breed them. And
I mean, you can breed them, but it takes way too many chickens to breed them.
Yeah. So we decided we're probably still going to do them, but it wasn't sustainable for us to keep doing it that way. So we're going to try dual purpose, see how long it takes us and how successful we are with the outcome. Do they survive the survival rate, and then see what they taste like. I've never eaten an Australorp chicken. I don't know how much they weigh. But to me, I feel like it's a little more sustainable.
I think they're like 6 to 7 pounds.
Yeah, for us to try that, a dual purpose breed for meat chickens, and then if we have to supplement with the other ones. Shortage on canning lids, yes. Now I have been stocking up on canning supplies. The Dollar General here, I did get some at TSC. I think I saw some at Giant, but the Dollar General, I've seen them the most. So I've been picking up their brand because Mama Z's, Texas Kitchen, and Samson Farms both had good reviews of that brand. Even though they're Dollar General brand, apparently they work really well. So I've been, like, every time we go, I'll pick up a case or some lids or something. So if you can't find them at other places, try Dollar General.
Yeah.
And the other reason that we're thinking about, Gwen Green says, I tried to pick up rubbing alcohol last night and that was gone. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to pick up was some rubbing alcohol and peroxide. We did pick up some extra allergy medicine and pain medicine this last trip. We buy 1 pack of toilet paper every trip. So we do that every 2 weeks, and a pack of toilet paper lasts us at least a month. So we keep getting more and more toilet paper. I think we have enough to last us probably the rest of the year. Maybe.
Yeah, we just buy a little bit when we can.
Yeah, a little bit each time. And I've got a really nicely stocked pantry right now, thanks to just a couple cans of food here, a couple, like 2 things of flour here, 1 thing of sugar here. And if I do that every 2 weeks for 3 months, I mean, I've got a lot of supplies at that point. So, and we talked about that a couple lives ago. We actually had a spreadsheet, and I can share it at some point. These are the items everybody was saying they were short on, like Crisco, I think was one. Yeast. They didn't have any yeast at Aldi yesterday when we went. I still have a lot of yeast left over, but stuff like that we're stocking up on.
You seen that? This comment.
They just got a bidet. Is that the comment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would get a bidet. I wouldn't trust a bidet with Dad. I don't know that would work.
That'd be a horror show.
That would be that would be a felony in the bathroom, I think.
That would be turds flying everywhere.
Yes, we do pick up 2 bags of rice, big bags like this big of rice every time we go. Every single time. Like I've got rice. I got it sitting on my table. I don't know where to put it. I'm thinking about buying one of those big buckets or something, food grade buckets, and just putting it all in there. I don't even want to really open it. Just like stick the bags in there or something, but it'd probably be easier just to open it. But yeah, we got a lot of. Do we have a root cellar? No, but that is on my list because we have a portion of the basement that I think if we put a nice floor in, I think it would remain cool enough. It's where the line for the well comes through the building. It's like this little tiny room. If we can get shelves in there, I think we could make that a root cellar, maybe. You're going to start buying Bisquick so I can send it to your dad. Yeah, I was going to stock up on Crisco so I could make the Bisquick. The Bisquick that I made Dad worked really well. I mean, he loved it. But I'm going to keep buying it if I can because it's just easier. But I'm going to stock up on Crisco too because you can use that for so many things. But yeah, Dad was missing his Bisquick when I couldn't find it. So when I tried that recipe and it worked, I'm like, well, maybe I should stock up on Crisco because that's what makes it shelf stable. You can make Crisco with butter, and that's another thing we've been stocking up on. I know the Broussards did a video on canning butter recently. I think it came out last week. I've actually been buying grass-fed butter in the blocks and just stick it in the freezer. I think we've got like 20, maybe not 20, maybe like 15 blocks of butter currently frozen. So wakes you up first thing in the morning. You know what I want, Matt? I want to get a bidet upstairs with a remote control.
No.
Yes.
No.
And then when Donald's in there in the morning, I'll be like, click. And I'll hear this, woohoo. If you leave it in smaller bags, you don't have to deal with large amount every time you open it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just don't know whether the larger bags would fit well in the buckets. I'd have to try it out. Can we still get gammas, or are they short? Yeah, I don't know. I want to get some gamma lids. That's my biggest thing, is I want to get buckets and store the rice in there with the gamma lids. But you've been buying dried beans and canning them. Say about ground beef to can. Yeah, I want to can some ground beef. I did buy some extra ground beef yesterday. Audi has like this 3-pack of, I forget how many pounds they are, of grass-fed beef.
I think they're a pound a piece.
Yeah, they're either a pound or a pound and a half a piece for like $17. So I have like a couple pounds of those. I guess I could can. We don't eat a lot of beans. Like, I think the one bean we do like is garbanzo beans. I like black beans. What was the bean you like from Texas? Was it pinto?
I like a lot of beans.
You do like
Those
beans?
are peas though. Pinto beans, black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas.
Pinto beans, kidney beans.
So should I start canning beans for you? Because I don't like beans.
I love beans.
So I'm going to start buying beans.
They're healthy for you.
Yeah. I don't want you to sing that song.
I'm not going to.
I know you.
I'm just putting it in your head.
You really want to sing that song?
No.
I know you.
I'm just putting it in your head.
Mama Z's cracking up. Oh, Pizza Homestead here. Yes. I forgot to advertise it ahead of time. We've been so busy. So you need to make a list of the beans you like then, so I can buy some.
Purple whole peas are good too.
We never grew up on beans. I grew up on a Black Angus farm. We ate steak and mashed potatoes. So
most people call the black-eyed peas and purple whole peas cow peas.
Cow peas.
Because that's all they fed them to was the cows.
So now you got D singing it on the chat.
There you go. I got somebody.
Yeah, I did post it on our Discord chat. If you guys aren't on Discord, we do have a Homesteaders Discord that I started. It's going to be part of Homesteaders Hub, which is another project I got to wrap up here soon.
Yep.
And then
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry about agreeing with you.
And I want to start making it more active anyway. So Broussard says field peas. Is that the same as cow peas?
I don't know what field peas are.
Yeah, Donna grew up in the Northeast Texas, so whatever their names are for stuff, I don't know.
I just said them all.
We never ate beans. Ever.
Listen to me.
I know, I drown you out a lot. And yes, he says it's the same.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we went to the SPCA yesterday because, one, I'm on the board, but two, they had to seize a bunch of animals from someone it's some rich guy from Virginia that drives up to Pennsylvania, and he drops like $6,000 at some of the livestock auctions and gets all these animals.
Over in Lancaster, right?
Yeah, it's over near Lancaster. And then he drives them down to Virginia, and I guess at his home, he slaughters them for special religious, like people that want kosher meat, or they want halal or something like he specializes in how he butchers these animals, which to me is kind of weird. I guess I can understand it to a point, but so apparently he broke down earlier this week. It had to be this last weekend. And it was miserable hot. So he broke down, and they called the towing company to come and get this trailer off the road because it was nasty hot and these animals were starting to have like heat exhaustion. Well, the towing company showed up and they're like, well, we can't tow this. The guy that has a CDL is still back at the office, and the owner of the animals is like, well, I'll pay you to take these animals down to Virginia. They're like, this guy's loaded. That would be a very long and expensive tow. Well, the guy at the towing company is like, I don't feel like driving to Virginia. So they just left these animals on the highway. Well, they lost some of the animals, like some roosters, some of the goats were in heat exhaustion. So the SPCA was called in and seized them all. So they took them back to the SPCA. Our local SPCA has a barn because we're in a rural area. So they have a barnyard and a barn to have horses or whatever that comes in. Well, all the goats got pneumonia because of the heat issue and having no water. They didn't give him any water. And they managed to, they had to release the chickens because the chickens weren't hurt. They're like, a couple of them died, but they weren't really hurt. So he got all of his chickens, but she's not allowed to release the goats because and the sheep. And there's sheep too. There's like 30 goats and sheep. Not allowed to release them until they check out with a vet. So what she wants to try to do is see if she can start a GoFundMe or something to raise money to try and give an offer to this guy to buy these goats. And we looked at him yesterday, and there's some cute goats. There's some boar goats. There's some Norwegian, not Norwegian. Is it Norwegian?
No, it's Nigerian.
Nigerian. Why do you keep saying Norwegian? Nigerian dwarfs. There's a couple other breeds I don't know.
And then there's like one or two La Manchas.
There's
or not La Manchas, Nubians.
Not La Manchas, Nubians.
Nubians.
There's a couple sheep. One of them did not look well at all. I don't think she's going to make it.
I think 2 of the sheep are pregnant.
Yeah. And some of these animals are pregnant, and he wants to take them down and butcher them. And that bothers me a lot. Like, I'm very much attached to my animals, and I'm very big into... And we butcher. And I grew up butchering. I've been butchering since I was knee-high on a grasshopper. Like, that doesn't bother me, but there's something about this that bothers me. Buying animals en masse, pregnant or not, and driving them down to another state to butcher them for people. There's just something weird about that to me. So I really hope that they can do it, because we would like to take some of these goats. Like, I was petting. There was one that kept coming up to us wanting us to pet him. But we were doing that yesterday, and I'll probably keep you guys posted on what happens with them. And maybe I'll take a video. I'll stop by again and see the animals and show them to you guys.
And we were only able to do that because somebody is on the board.
Yeah, I'm actually the secretary for the SPCA. So
because right now they're closed to visitors.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that Brett says it right. Butcher out of need. Inhumane treatment makes him mad. And I think that's what it is for me. Like, I don't know that he cares about these animals. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. If he's just dropping off, $6,000 to pick them up, take them somewhere and butcher them. I don't know. It bugs me a lot. So, and apparently the woman that runs the SPCA, the director, did a Google Maps of this guy's house, and it's massive. Like, this guy owns a mansion. I don't know how much money he's making doing this, but if you can drop $6,000 on, I don't know how many animals it was.
It was
a lot of animals.
At least 50 animals, because they had a couple of cows too, right?
No,
it was just
chickens and sheep and goats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I think I might stop by and do a video showing you guys the goats. Some of them are really cute. So I'm hoping we would like all the males were weathered though. So we really want a male. Oh, Donald did take some pictures, so I might post them on our Facebook. We really want a male to breed our current goats with, but I wouldn't mind having a couple more females. So, yeah, kosher meat's really expensive, and that's probably where he's getting his money. And from what I understand, the guy is not an American, so he must have like some sort of setup where he understands or knows these religious practices for meat butchering or something, because he's not from here. And I guess I don't know. They do that more over there. Going Green says, I don't think you can do pregnant animals and have it be kosher. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about the kosher or the halal. Halal. Someone was saying something about no ham and beans. I do like ham, but I like ham and potatoes. I think that's my thing.
That was Going Green Mom saying that again too.
If they're weathered, they can't be kosher either. So now I'm wondering if he's like falsifying this, which is even a bigger issue, because I understand people having certain religious preferences, and I support that. Like, I have no issue with people being kosher or halal or whatever. I prefer humane meat too, which is why we raise our own beef. But maybe he's scamming these people too.
Could be.
So now I want to investigate. What sucks is being a board member of the SPCA, I can't actually give an opinion about any of this stuff. Like on Facebook or something. So because I'm local and I'm a public figure, if I start blasting the SPCA, like, I'm not going to blast the SPCA, but if they post something and people start arguing online, I'm not allowed to argue about it.
That's harmful.
Yeah. So I don't know that I could do a thing about this guy, but I'm not happy about it. I'll go all Karen. I didn't find much on halal rules, but I know no pork, and I want to say no root vegetables. Yeah, I know there wasn't any pork involved in it. There's no pigs. But I want to get some pigs at some point. There's a slip of property behind us that's for sale that we kind of want to buy, that we would put pigs on, but we're so strapped for cash right now, it's not going to happen for a while. What else did we do? That's pretty much it for what's been going on recently, I guess.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot. Like, Dad is... Oh, no, it's not. We had baby peacocks.
Oh, right.
Which I'm excited about. There's only 2. She had a bunch of eggs she sat on. We've actually had peacocks for like 20, 25 years. I remember having them as a kid, but they're very hard to raise. The males, they're very aggressive towards their young. And a lot of times the males will just kill the young. So you have to kind of separate them right away. And I've never tried to hatch them in an incubator. I was going to try that this time. I think I might try it next time. But, and I did share a video to my friends on Marco, although it wasn't a very clear video, so I want to get more of a close-up. But we have 2 peacocks that are babies, and one of them is all yellow. I'm curious whether that's going to be an all-white peacock. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. I'm going to put out a video on them. I might just do a general farm update. I want to do a garden update, but I also don't want to because I don't want you guys to see how bad our garden is right now. Maybe if we weed eat some, we'll do a garden video. But I'm kind of excited. If we get a white peacock, I think that's going to be pretty neat. Yeah, they are pretty cute. But to me, they look like chickens, but they're bigger. Like chickens that are already a couple weeks old. Like, yeah, they were bigger.
Like turkey size.
Yeah, Southern Bus Time said hello. So we have 2 females and 1 male peacock. So we had to separate one of the females with her babies because the other 2 were attacking them. But we haven't had any additional issues with raccoons. We have caught a couple others, I think, since our last video and dispatched them.
I hate them.
Yeah.
I see videos of people, oh, they're so cute. I just want to slap them.
I mean, they are cute, but they are the devil.
Oh, I've learned.
Oh, and Naturally NC sent us some sweet potato slips. I have them in water right now. We're going to try to plant them probably tomorrow. They're looking really good. So I wanted them to perk up a little bit in the jar. We also have some purple sweet potatoes we've planted. We'll see how they do. Again, everything's so dry right now. And it's so hot out. We don't go outside in the midday anymore. It's just too much. Like, we'll feed the animals in the morning. I'll check on their water in the afternoon, but it's too hot to do
anything. We'll do a lot of our driving chores.
Like, it was 106 heat index the other day. I'm like, I'm not going to go out and do anything outside in that at all. So she said she sent us something else today too. Aw.
No, I think that was Southern Homestead.
Oh, to them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we I have a book I still got to send out to one of our giveaways. I keep forgetting to send it out, and then I wasn't even sure if the post office was allowing people in, but I guess they are. So I need to get that out this week. I got to remember who to send it to as well. Brett says, saw a CCTV clip of a guy whose dog attacked by a raccoon. Grabbed the raccoon and threw it down the stairs. It was hilarious. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that.
I think I saw that.
Oh, D says it was something for me. So, then.
Oh. Well, you need to be a little bit more clear.
No. See, D and I understand each other. We have our own language. That's why we're BFFs. Anyway.
I'm going to steal it.
You're going to steal it? Mm-hmm. I think that's about it, though. We are already starting to plan our garden for next year. And a couple ideas for what we want to do with both sides of the garden. But I I really should probably start planting our fall garden too. It's hot. And the winter garden, I know exactly where we want to put it. We've got the dirt for it. I don't have a cover yet. I'm going to get a row cover as soon as I can for the winter garden, but I want to start planting that soon. Well, not soon, but getting it ready to plant for when it's time. Oh, she sent something to both. So you weren't wrong, Donald, although I think you were partially wrong. He's still stealing. You're a dork. Anything else we got? We don't go anywhere. We still do carry out from some of the restaurants.
Supporting local.
We'll support local restaurants. We're not going anywhere. We're not. I mean, it's just. I honestly don't have issues with not going anywhere. I don't like going places anyway. Like, I was excited for HOA. I kind of suspected they were going to shut down. Now, next year, though, I want to attend a lot of the homesteader things. So I want to create a list of all the ones like Bayou Bash, HOA, Homesteaders Life. I think that's still going on. I'm actually surprised. Well, I'm surprised they didn't cancel it, but knowing Doug and Stacy, I'm not surprised they didn't cancel it. So I hope people are safe during it, but I'm not going to that one. I wasn't planning on it anyway, but maybe next year. Right now, we're just kind of praying for rain.
I heard wind going.
And I was wondering if that was rain or like a mouse or something.
Oh, that was a big mouse if that's what that was.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much, and it was funny because I'm an online marketer, so I have to be able to understand people's extroverted online because I do that for my clients. So for me to be an introvert in person, it's probably why it's such a good job for me, is because I have an extroverted personality for the most part. I do like networking. I'll go to like chamber functions all the time and network with people, but I'm perfectly content staying home.
I have guys at work. Don't you get tired of staying home? I was like,
Yeah.
Dude, this is what I do.
Yeah.
I go to work, come home, work on the farm.
Yeah.
That's it. He was like, so this hasn't phased you?
See you, Brett.
Nope.
Thanks for stopping by.
I mean,
Going green.
I have to wear a mask when I go into stores. When we do go into stores.
Yeah. Going green says, how do you
10
explain that
minutes.
to people? I have people that think I'm super afraid because I stay home. I mean, I haven't had people ask, but I guess if someone wanted to know why we're fine with staying home, I would say something like, we've created a life that we don't need to vacation from. We like being home in our garden, and while I get pissy when my house is a mess, we just like being home and we like being together. Like, what?
It's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like if you, like a lot of people, they have been going to the beach and stuff. Like, I'm not a beach goer. If I were going anywhere, I would go up into the mountains. So if I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go over to Micho State Forest, and we've got a small beach here, a lake beach that people go to. I'm not going to go to that one because a lot of the tourists go to that one, but we can go drive up in the mountains if we want. I don't need to go anywhere. When I've got a nice stream out back, I've got a nice piece of property and woods and my goats and my husband. That's all I need. His head's going to explode.
Why?
Just because. I know you.
I don't understand why.
I know you.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
CD says we're the same person. She's the third tab you see in the browser.
No. You're like the 940th tab in the browser.
I do have a lot of tabs. Even now, like, I lost all my tabs when I had my laptop fixed, but I've got all these new tabs. I think I had 100 tabs at one point.
I can't even keep up.
Yeah, I think if Donald and I move, which we're not opposed to moving at some point. We don't plan to stay where we're at now forever.
You're going to see me jump off the line here, by the way. I'm about to be shut down.
We're going to go somewhere that's more mountainous, probably. Honestly, if we stayed up here, it would be like northwestern Adams County. But, we're thinking as our second place we'd want to live would be eastern Tennessee. So the Smoky Mountains, Appalachian Mountains, in that area. They just multiply like chicken math. Yeah, chicken math. I love chicken math and goat math. I'll take some more goats.
That'd be another good income.
What? Breeding goats?
Breeding and selling goats.
Yeah. If we can find a male and afford a male.
Oh, we'll find one.
People don't seem to understand. Goats are actually very cheap to raise. I mean, you have to buy some medicine, but if you know how to do your own, giving of shots and medicine, it costs us, what did we figure? It was like $12 a week, maybe not even that, to feed them. You've got a bale of hay for our goats that lasts at least a week, and that's what, $2?
Yeah.
And then a bag of feed will last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And that's, how much is a bag of feed? Like $14?
About $14.
So for,
and that with the
$18
with the balancer that you
every 2 weeks. Yeah, we do put a balancer in, and that lasts us like a month.
Yeah.
And how much is that usually?
About $8.
$8. So it's really cheap to have goats. Udoka Woodcrafts. Hello. That's a new name. I have to check out your channel. You're coming to Western North Carolina. I've already declared this. I'm actually not opposed to Western North Carolina because you guys have the Blue Ridge Mountains down there, and that's very pretty. I wouldn't want to live in South Carolina for sure. I have some issues with South Carolina, but North Carolina, I wouldn't want to live in Virginia because I feel like their gun laws are weird. And honestly, their speeding laws are weird too. If you get caught speeding a certain amount, they can actually arrest you on the spot. They're very strict.
Well, there's a lot of places like that.
Yeah. Well, Pennsylvania and Maryland are not like that.
Now, Texas is like that.
Now, Maryland, I would love to live back in Maryland, but there's two big things that prevent me from wanting to go there, and that's the gun laws. It is hands down the worst state for gun ownership or getting licensed, I guess. I would argue anybody about this. It is the worst state in the United States for getting a gun license. And then the second one is raw milk. Pennsylvania, raw milk is legal. You have to follow certain standards, which is great because that helps keep people safe. But you can't have raw milk in Maryland. And I don't think you can have raw milk in Virginia. So I have to find a state that allows raw milk or is bordered with a state that allows raw milk that I can drive to. And then that has decent gun laws. Pennsylvania, it costs us $20 and filling out a questionnaire. And that all you have to do is stop and get your picture taken for your license to carry. That was it. And I've been licensed
to conceal carry.
Yes, we have our open carry state. You need a license to conceal carry. So I have that. And I've had it for like 4 years. I think it's due to renew next August. Donald has to get a new one because Donald lost his down a sewer at work. So you got to pay to get another one for him. I assume you have to pay for it. Hello from New Jersey. Oh, you're not too far then. We're in Pennsylvania. Also, hello from Southwest Virginia. Those Blue Ridge Mountains is where we are building our homestead. Oh, that's exciting. Virginia is such a pretty state, especially Southwestern Virginia, right around that Tennessee border. We actually drive through there. We drive to Texas once a year to visit his family. So we take pretty much 81 all the way down to Bristol. And I tell you what, if you're ever in Bristol, the Welcome Center right at the border there is the most cute and gorgeous welcome center. It's actually a log cabin, and they have it set up with like a wood stove and like rocking chairs inside, where they have all the brochures and stuff. We stop there every time just because it's so pretty and cute, and they're really, really friendly there. So Bristol Welcome Center. The one on the way back leaving Tennessee, not so much, but when you come into Tennessee, it's really nice. And then you
can take good home crews there.
You can take good home crews there. And then we just take 40 all the way to Little Rock and then 30 all the way down to Texarkana where his family is. So we drive through that area. I love driving across Tennessee. It's such a pretty state. Dee says she doesn't know what the rules of raw milk are there. I think I looked at one point, but I don't remember. I think we were looking if we were going to move to Eastern Tennessee, what? Oh, it's dead.
Yeah.
That we were going to have trouble finding raw milk, so I have to look at that. Thought you were further south. No, we're in Gettysburg, which is 10 miles north of the Mason-Dixon of the Maryland line. Which is my LFIC. Notica says Austin's very close, just past Christiansburg in Floyd County. Oh, okay.
I don't know where that's at.
I don't either, but Tinker's wife says raw milk can be sold here in Oregon, but Washington State can't be sold in Oregon, but Washington State, they can sell it. They're part owners of a milk cow. Oh, nice. Yeah, we have an awesome Mennonite farm here in Chambersburg, which is it the next, it's not really the next
30
town.
minutes.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes west of here. And they actually do drop points all over the state. So even like close to the New Jersey border, they do drop points. And they have the best raw milk.
Hands
they have
down.
really good food there. Grass-fed beef, pork. I buy leaf fat from them and make our own lard. They have their own honey. I mean, it's just such a good place. They made really good business model. I really like them. So we should probably go there soon and get some raw milk. It's just expensive. It used to be $7 a gallon. I think it's up to $9.
$9
So it is pricey, but it's raw milk. So
But hell, we got half a gallon of the grass-fed now in Giant. It's like $5.50.
so it's cheaper than the grass fed at Giant, but
But it's still processed. So.
yeah. And we like the raw milk. Never had an issue with it. I get people all the time. Every time I tell them that we drink raw milk, they start giving me a bunch of crap about it, saying, "Oh, you're gonna like die and get diseases and stuff." And I'm like, I wish people understood the actual history of raw milk. When you drink raw milk back in the 1900s, when we were just getting into actual beef processing centers, they were very, very dirty. They did not care about testing milk and making sure milk was safe. That's where milk got this really bad reputation from, being raw. But now Pennsylvania requires all kinds of testing in order to be able to sell raw milk as a consumable product. And this farm, I think they test each batch like 3 times. They're very, very safe. So I hate when people try to give me a bunch of crap for drinking raw milk. It's like, I'm not an idiot.
The milk itself is not what's dangerous.
Right.
It's the environment.
Yeah, it's the environment that the milk is processed in that makes it dangerous. So I trust the Mennonite farm. They've been doing this for so many years, and I've never gotten sick. They've never had a complaint against them. There probably are farms that aren't doing it the way they should be. And those are the farms. I wouldn't go like Ted down the street and buy raw milk from him. Now, I know he's not testing. Like, I'm glad these guys are testing. But anyway, that's my rant about raw milk. I love raw milk.
What's the word? Not apathetic. Antsy. No.
I think I know what word you're trying to talk about. You were
Not sure.
Yeah.
For lack of a better, the word I'm missing. Wasn't sure about it. Wasn't overly excited about it. But once I've had it, amazing.
It is good.
It
and
is
then
amazing.
I have that recipe on our blog of the homemade chocolate milk with honey, or the chocolate syrup with honey. And we put that in there, and it tastes like
The first cup. Let me rephrase that.
the
the
first
first
cup
glass
with all the cream in
With
it.
the cream. It's like liquid ice cream.
It's so good. I actually like drinking it. They sell these beef sticks from their own beef at the same farm. And chasing that with the raw milk, for some reason, that mixture of flavors, it's really weird, but it's so good. Let's see. Dee says, is talking to Nodoka, about an hour and a half from south of Canis. That's not terribly far. So, yeah, there's actually 3 different homesteaders that I know of right around where Dee's at. Naturally NC is one. Her partner, of course, I guess would be a 4th one. Making lemonades from lemons is in that area. And then Davis Family Farm is another YouTuber, is also from that area. So you're going to have a lot of good company there. Going Green Mom says, I love raw milk. When my uncles were milking their milk, truck drivers would grab theirs from their tank. A lot of places don't sanitize enough. Yeah. Apprehensive.
Thank you.
Papa Z had it. Yeah. I was trying to think of the word. I couldn't. Yeah, we were a little hesitant, but the owner, Edwin, actually gave us a free pint He said, try it out. Let me know what you think.
From our first, he found out it was our first drive.
Yeah.
So he gave us, for each of us, a free pint.
Yeah. And we run a local blog, so we wrote a really nice blog post about him as well. So I think
She runs it.
I run it because I like to do too many things.
I don't like to do too many things.
So I do all the things. Although you will be helping me with dishes later. No chance for raw milk in New Jersey. Not a great state overall for homestead. Yeah, I feel like New Jersey would be a weird one to homestead in. When I think of New Jersey, I just think of it's all a big city. I know that's not the case, but you don't hear much. I say you don't hear much from farming, but I feel like, what's that one guy that was big for tracking? Tom. He wrote all the tracking books and the wild edible books. I feel like he was from like northern Jersey or some kind of Jersey. His son does it now. I had some of his books upstairs. I just can't remember his last name. Sonny's Place. Hello, Emma. How are you? Oh. Mama Z says the one place they could get raw milk here just burned down to the ground.
Somebody was not happy with their product.
No. Yeah, Pennsylvania, it's a very big milk state. That's one thing. I actually really like Pennsylvania. I never really thought much about it, but because I very much Maryland pride and Donald's very much Texas pride, but Pennsylvania is actually not a bad state. It really is not.
It's pretty slick.
I mean, there are some high taxes. We've got Philly and Pittsburgh, which I'm sure are cesspools in their own way, but there's a lot of history here too. Like Philadelphia is where the Constitution was signed. I mean, I've actually never been to Philly, and he's never been to Philly, so we want to take a trip out there. We do that for our anniversary sometime. But the laws here for guns and raw milk, and they really try to support their farmers. They got a PA certified program for a lot of the farmers here. Is really good. The Penn State extensions for teaching people about gardening and wildlife. I mean, it's a decent state. I don't know why people we have a Democratic governor, and it's a fairly red state. So, you're going to have your arguments here about that. But I mean, overall, I like Pennsylvania.
And I like it because they drive on the right side of the highway.
Yeah.
I cannot. Coming from Texas, Texas also drives on the right side of the highway. When I say the right side, I don't mean the correct side. I mean
the actual right lane. Yeah. Apparently, in Maryland, it is not a law that you have to drive on the right side of the highway. The left side is for faster cars. The right side is for slower cars. That's the way we grew up. That's the way I was trained. You get into Pennsylvania, and you have to drive on the right side of the highway, and the left lane is a passing lane only.
Passing an emergency.
I still have not gotten used to that, and I've been here for 12 years. He grew up that way, so when he comes up here and he sees the Maryland drivers that come up here and don't do that, it's very frustrating for him.
Well, for two reasons. One, because they're doing it wrong. And two, if I want to get on the left lane to pass, I have to be in this long-ass line of people just riding in the lane.
Yeah.
So I'm like, good Lord. So I have to cut in, and Maryland does not care about the distance.
He road rages.
At all. I road rage. Oh.
Let's see. Sunny Place says, neighbor of mine sells raw milk. Haven't bought any because I'm allergic to cow's milk. Yeah. I wouldn't be sad if I was allergic to cow's milk, so I'm very sorry to hear that. We tried goat milk recently. Where did we get? We got it from that Lion's Pot.
It was all right.
It was all right. It tasted a little gamey. I feel like goat's milk. I feel like Brett. It was either Brett or somebody told me this, or maybe it was the Stivers. You have to drink it fresh and cold. The more it sits, the more gamey it tastes, or something. I don't know. So I want to try fresh goat's milk and see what it's like. But Notica says, almost landed in PA for our future homestead. A beautiful place everywhere we have seen. Yeah, PA is a really nice state. I don't think people give Pennsylvania enough credit for how nice of a state it is. I don't know. I think if we can't live where we're, because Gettysburg is a really nice town. You do have some ignorant people here. We've had a lot of weird stuff happening this month with I'm sure a lot of you guys, I know Mama Z in Texas saw the post about people were going to come here and deface some monuments July 4th weekend. So we had like all kinds of armed militia here. We had the KKK showed up, which, and it was just a really scary weekend because we weren't sure what's going to happen. It was a hoax. Nobody showed up, no Antifa or whatever. But now it's been a big topic every week. Even the weekend after that was a Black Lives Matter rally with a bike rally. And now, fortunately, the two leaders of both of those met the day before and had a very public conversation.
They Facebook Lived it, didn't they?
They Facebook Lived it. I talked about it on our blog that we run. And it was really like, basically the sentiment behind it was, why can't we make Gettysburg the starting point? Given Gettysburg's history between the Civil War, why can't Gettysburg be the starting point to heal and mend the division? And I was actually moved to tears after the conversation. Like, why can't it? Gettysburg is the perfect place to start this. But you still get these people here locally that they just want to fight. So, but Gettysburg, other than that, is a really nice small town. It is a little expensive here because of the tourism. I think an hour of, it's like $1 or $1.50 an hour for parking. We went to Littlestown yesterday, which is like the next town over, and one Porter gave me an hour. So, you know, the surrounding towns, very cheap to park in. Gettysburg, no. They charge an arm and a leg here. And it's unfortunate that there's just some expensive stuff here. But it's a really cute town. Tinker's wife says, oh, Lord, don't get me started on weird stuff. They tried burning the federal building here in Portland. Oh, right. You guys have got, like, some crazy stuff going on. I've been watching the videos. And obviously, we're not going to give any political opinions on our channel. We're not here for that. And I don't think people will watch us for that. I'm very political on other social media platforms. I'm not so much on Facebook. I will mouth off a little bit on Facebook now and then, but I save it for other platforms because I have a lot of clients on my Facebook and I'm just not interested. What?
I mouth a lot.
He does mouth off a lot. Don't friend him on Facebook if you don't want to see political stuff because he will mouth off. And I'm fine with it. I'm going to be a supportive wife. But I have a lot of leadership roles besides owning a business, owning a local blog, being on the board for the SPCA, being an ordained priest in a specific organization, a couple other different leadership roles. I'm not going to mouth off because even if I'm not talking or speaking as those organizations, I'm a representative. So if I show my ass as a member of these organizations. So I'm not going to do it. But I have been mouthing off on Twitter a lot. That's probably the main place I've been mouthing off. And I don't care. So, yeah, I feel bad for everybody over in Portland. But yes, we don't talk politics on here. We have certain views that, you know, I think most homesteaders support, you know, self-security, self-sustainability, the ability to live freely and grow what you can and consume what you can off the land, whether it's raw milk or the ability to process your own meat. So those type of things we'll talk about, but we won't talk about religion or politics here. If you want to talk religion and politics with me, feel free to send me a personal message. I will talk all day long about that stuff, but it won't be on the channel. And I think we're about to hit our hour up, so we're going to start wrapping things up. We have to put the animals up yet? What?
I can't read.
Oh, okay.
So I can't see so I close in.
Yeah, in Portland, Tinker's wife says that Portland wants their firstborn son to park or do anything. So it must be really expensive there. I feel like Harrisburg's really expensive too, the state capital for Pennsylvania, but we're not there that often. So, yes, good night, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Definitely give us a thumbs up if you enjoy talking with us and having us participate in these each week. This will be a regular time for now. We'll see how Donald's schedule goes. And we like to shout out one channel at the end of the lives each week. So for this week, I actually want to shout out our new person that joined us this week the first time. Nadoka Wood Crafts says they are in Jersey and they are moving to Southwestern Virginia, I believe it was. So I'm going to check out their channel. So if you guys can also check out their channel, give them a like, check them out, and meet our new friend. And hopefully we'll see you guys here next week. So everybody take care.
Booyah.
You're so weird.
Word.
You're so weird. See you guys.